Good morning. I'm Dr. Sunil Sawant, Professor and Head, Department of English, Kishanvir Mahavidyalaya Y. The topic of my presentation is the tragic hero. The function of a tragedy is to arouse the emotions of pity and fear, and Aristotle deduces the qualities of his hero from this function. The hero should be good, but not too good or perfect, for the fall of a perfectly good man from happiness into misery would be odious and repellent. His fall will not arouse pity, and his undeserved fall would only shock and disgust the audience. Similarly, the spectacle of an utterly wicked person passing from happiness to misery may satisfy our moral sense, but it is lacking in the proper tragic qualities. The fall of such a person is felt to be well deserved and in accordance with the requirement of justice. It excites neither pity nor fear. Aristotle has given us the concept of hamartia in the context of the tragic hero. Aristotle rejects both perfection as well as utter depravity and villainy. Then he points out the ideal tragic hero must be an intermediate kind of person, a man not preeminently virtuous and just, whose misfortune, however, is brought upon him not by vice or depravity, but by some error of judgment. The term hamartia refers to some error of judgment. Now, this term hamartia has its meaning missing the mark. The meaning of the term hamartia is missing the mark. The tragic hero falls not because of the act of some outside agency or vice or depravity, but because of hamartia, or because of miscalculation on his part, or we may say because of some error of judgment. Aristotle himself distinguishes hamartia from moral falling. Hamartia does not mean moral falling. Hamartia can hardly be translated as tragic flaw. Bradley has interpreted the term hamartia as tragic flaw. Aristotle rather means by it some error of judgment. Aristotle writes that the cause of the hero's fall must lie not in depravity, but in some error on his part. Butcher, Bywater, and Rastangi, all these critics agree that hamartia is not a moral state, but an error of judgment which a man makes or commits, which a tragic hero makes or commits. Hamartia, an error or miscalculation, may arise from any of the following three ways. This condition of hamartia may arise from ignorance of some material fact or circumstance. It may arise from hasty or careless view of the special case, or it may arise out of acts committed in anger or passion. At the crisis of the play, the hero's tendency to err, to commit some mistake, is complemented by the recognition seen. The Greek term is anagnorisis, which is a sudden change from ignorance to knowledge. Now, the ideal example for the tragic hero, for hamartia, for manifestation of this concept in the world of literature is the play Oedipus Tyrannus by Sophocles. Oedipus tyrannus for Aristotle was the ideal tragedy. In this play, the life of the tragic hero is a chain of errors, the most fatal of all being his marriage with his own mother. If King Oedipus is Aristotle's ideal hero, we can say with Butcher that his conception of hamartia includes all the three meanings mentioned above, which in English cannot be covered by a single term. So we cannot substitute a single term for the Greek term hamartia. Hamartia is an error or a series of errors, whether morally culpable or not, committed by an otherwise noble person. The tragic hero is otherwise noble, but he commits errors. These errors drive him to his doom, to his tragedy. The tragic irony lies in the fact that the hero may err innocently, unknowingly, without any evil intention at all, yet he is doomed no less than those who are depraved and sin consciously. So those who are wicked, they suffer. In the same way, this noble hero suffers tragedy because of errors committed by him. Thank you very much.